Good morning, guys, on this Thursday, the 23rd of April. Alright, we're going to keep it relatively short today because I am going to be spending the majority of the day today planning for next week after I get your grades updated. So, those of you guys who have been turning in stuff and been doing the smart thing, make sure you check Aries. Sometime in the afternoon, I would say at least after 3. Since that gives me an extra hour when my son is napping to finish any grading I didn't get to in the morning here. And those of you turned it in, see what's happened. Remember, guys, all this stuff's extra credit, so your grades can only go up. They can't go down. Alright, so let's cover some news and some articles for you guys. First things first, the big news that's really popped out has been that more and more evidence is showing that the U.S. actually had outbreaks earlier than we knew. Previously, the first confirmed death from coronavirus had been in the middle of February. I believe it was February 15th, I think. However, now more and more evidence is showing that, in fact, coronavirus had already been spreading in the U.S., possibly as early as November, I think, was the most recent reliable article I had read. Now, here's the thing to keep in mind. On the one hand, this is a good thing because the fact that it was here earlier and spreading and we didn't notice mass die-offs does suggest, on the one hand, that it might be less deadly than we thought, which would be a good thing. We, of course, don't know how deadly it actually is because testing has been so lousy in the United States, it's hard to tell. And, of course, death rates vary by country. Countries like Italy that had very high levels of elderly people compared to young, higher death rates. Other countries that had excellent medical system or very accurate contact tracing had lower deaths because they could isolate people faster before it spread. There's a lot of variables. In the U.S., the problem is that we have a very not random, but very uneven medical system where in some places you can get excellent medical care, in other places you can't at all. So the actual deadliness, this may reduce its total percentage, meaning it might not be as dangerous as we thought, which is good, but it also means that this thing spreads at a much more viral rate than we thought, which still means that even if it's less deadly, because so many more people are getting infected than we think, that actually raises the death rate up again. So in terms of its overall lethality, that's still a big question up in the air. The conspiracy theorists online love going off about how this is just the flu and it's just as deadly as the flu. Well, here's the thing. Even if it's just as deadly as the flu, even if it only kills 0.1% of people it infects, what it makes it very different for the flu is this is way more infectious than the flu, meaning that far more people are getting it. So even if it kills the same percentage, because so many more people are getting it, it's still going to kill more people. If everyone in America ends up getting it eventually, guys, 370 million, 380 million people, even if it only kills 0.1%, that's still like 3.8 million people. Okay? So, keep those kinds of things in mind, guys. I think my math is right. I don't know. I don't teach math. Someone take a calculator out. Alright, so for history kids, here's a fun article that I came across. If nothing else, it's an interesting one. A 100-year-old World War II veteran died of COVID-19. His twin brother had died 100 years later in the flu pandemic of 1919 to 1920. So there you go, some interesting symmetry there. For econ kids, the big news as of early this morning is that the U.S. weekly jobless total has now gone to 26 million unemployed, meaning that every single job statistically that we have added since the Great Recession started in 2008 is now gone. In just 5 weeks, we have wiped out all of the economic growth from 2008. Now, on the one hand, because this is a shutdown pandemic, guys, this does suggest that this is something that could rebound much faster than the Great Recession of 2008. But what it also demonstrates is the inherent or built-in instability and fragility of the U.S. economy. That because of the way we've built our economic system, that we are able to hit such a bad mark so quickly. It tells you that the way we've set up the social structure just isn't stable or rigorous enough. Alright, because I always want to leave you guys with something entertaining. My recommendation for today is a game called Numa Breath of Life. Sorry, my son just woke up very loudly. I'll get him in a minute. And Numa Breath of Life is an exploration and gentle puzzle solving game. Very easy. I think I beat it in about 90 minutes. Don't let the mixed reviews here fool you. I actually think the game is very underrated, although I do think it's very overpriced. So if it sounds like your bag, you watch a few trailers and go, oh, that looks pretty cool. Very pretty game. I would not recommend paying $20 for it. I'd recommend keeping an eye on it. Wait till it gets discounted down to like, $5 to $7, and then pay for it. And if you're still thinking to yourself, man, $7 is a lot for a 90-minute, 2-hour game, well, keep in mind, guys, you pay twice that to go see a movie that's 2 hours long. So, there you go. That's my recommendation. Alright, guys, you have a nice day, and I will see you tomorrow for the last daily video vlog of the week.